50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager presented by Viva Tequila Seltzer. Today is Thursday, March 27th, 2025. Happy opening day. Elvis, I was telling Malcolm over on the MLB Sports Gambling Podcast, I was saying at opening day for the MLB and the day after the Super Bowl have to be holidays where we should be able to take off.
Yeah, especially after the Super Bowl. I would say 20, 30 years ago for sure opening day, just because it used to be more of a tradition, 1 o'clock games, go to the game early with the family, watch the game at night, if you get out late. So back in the day for sure, but Monday after Super Bowl Sunday should be a paid day off for the American people. And then for, I'm going to say the 40 plus crowd, baseball as well. Opening day.
So you think there's less of a fan base or just the age population? Because you and I are diehards and we're young, I would like to think.
Yeah. But I just feel like, for example, I feel like everybody can relate to this. When we were kids, there were 8, 10, 12 Little League teams, Babe Ruth teams. Now our local towns don't even
have a Babe Ruth field.
That's just my perfect example. So if we don't have leagues filling up at certain ages, that means those kids ain't watching. They're playing Fortnite or something.
It's actually sad because growing up, I don't know about you. We met a little later in life. I was in the street. I was playing baseball.
Yeah. I used to ride my bike to Garfield here to play baseball with Justin, Tommy, and Brandon every Saturday, Sunday.
I mean, there was times where mom would call you, "Hey, Dylan, come home." Now, I mean, texting people on the iPad.
They don't even want to play.
It's sad. It's sad, but
if less kids are playing, less kids are watching. That's just my. I could be wrong. I just highly doubt it.
Yeah. No, I think around the world, far less people are playing the sport, but I think viewership is up because technology is increasing. That's what I think.
Across the world, I can agree with that. In America,
no.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to say in America, it's trending down.
And it used to be, when we grew up, it used to be America's pastime, right?
But what was the key word in that? Keyword. Pastime.
I know.
Nowadays.
It's sad. I'm just sad.
Right now, NFL, the top sport. NBA is having a down year, but NBA still number 2.
You know why I think I feel like this is because it's my first love. I love baseball. That's why.
Yeah, we all love baseball, but
I don't know about we all, because I know a lot of people who can't sit through 9 innings.
I'll be honest, I can't sit. I can no longer sit through like 9 innings of like.
But the pitch count helped, or the pitch clock helped.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because now I could really sit there and watch multiple games because it won't be 20, 30-minute innings.
No, I remember growing up, and it was 3.5, 4 hours a game. And people would be like, "Yo, this needs to end." And
I remember having 8, 9 straight pickoff attempts. That was
that was OD. Yeah. That was OD.
Like, we got shit to do. Come on.
But yeah, we're literally seconds away from opening pitch from the Yankees and the Brewers. They'll get the day started. But we got a great episode, loaded episode.
First pitch for the Brewers.
What happened?
Who's throwing our first pitch? Because the Brewers are home. No,
it's at Yankees. I don't know.
It gotta be a legend.
They didn't show. I know Joe Girardi, ex-manager. He's in the booth with Joe Buck.
Somebody had to throw out the first pitch. Bernie Williams, somebody.
They got to put Jeter, right? Or like a legend.
I'll say Jeter. He could do it. I'll say Jeter could do it. He got time to do it.
And of course, when you watch it, they don't show you who throws out the first pitch. It's sad.
They should.
You know what meme was going around today? Who was viral? George Senior Bush, where he was in the wheelchair with his mouth open. That's a legendary
it's so
picture.
many memes. It's so many memes
They
about
said
that.
I was reading the comments. The comments are crazy. They said, "How many flies do you think he caught it?" Yeah, I was dead. Shout out R.I.P. George Senior though,
Yeah,
but legend.
legend.
But yeah, no, we got a great episode for you guys. Loaded actually. The start of the UFL. It's in shambles. I mean, I don't know if you've been reading reports, but they were trying to get to a collective bargaining agreement. I don't know if you knew this, but every player makes the same amount of money. So they were trying to make more money. Do they realize that they don't have the power? Look at the stands. They're empty.
Yeah.
You think
You
you're
know,
going to make money?
Birmingham gets a nice crowd. Seattle gets a nice crowd.
For a 4 PE.
Yeah. I
They're
think Michigan sometimes, but other than that,
like Memphis is trash. Houston, your Houston Roughnecks. No, they're your Houston.
yeah,
Roughnecks.
I gotta own them. I gotta
You
own
gotta
them.
own it.
I am a fan. I wouldn't say
They're awful though.
yeah, they're bad. So
They're bad.
it's like I don't want to compare it to no other leagues, but you can't complain about
No,
money when you're not turning a profit yet.
exactly.
So I say the UFL is on its way. It's
yeah,
on its way.
and honestly, just I don't want to be that guy, but just shut up and play the sport. Like, would you rather be working, making $15-20 an hour, or whatever you're doing, or playing football? Just you don't have a say right now with a collective bargaining agreement. So let's just cut the shit and let's play some football. But not the best league. But Elvis, as you know, 3 years in a row, Birmingham has won. They're looking for a 4-peat. And it's been profitable for us, and we're looking to continue that this season. We'll look a huge 10-game slate on the ice. I got a bunch of plays for you later. 8 games here Thursday night for the NBA. We'll talk about the Sweet 16 action. We got 4 games here on Thursday, and then 4 games on Friday as well. By the way, you mentioned it. They are here in Newark looking to go. Tickets pretty pricey. They're starting around 200. We talked about it last
We
pod.
talked about it. I was surprised. I'm be honest, cheaper than I expected, but it's
Really?
honestly, yeah, just because you get 2 games.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. And it's not like you're getting 2, regular. You're getting 2 Sweet 16 games.
Yeah, which are really good games too. You're going to see Duke and you're going to see BYU, who has been a surprise team this tournament as well. First pitch live from Carlos Rodon, strike 96 right down the pipe, and we are locked and loaded this season, boys. But I do want to start, kid. NFL, obviously, this is predominantly an NFL show. Cam Ward, he had his pro day on Thursday, and boy, I don't know if you saw the videos, kid, but he looked good, man. Tennessee, they are holding a private workout with him over the weekend, and he impressed everyone. Obviously, it is his pro day. There was no, obviously, defense around him. Apparently, throughout the league, they said they're expected to listen to offers for the number 1 overall pick, but it's obviously going to take a lot. And right now, on March 27th, we're less than a month away from the draft night. I think Tennessee is going to draft Cam Ward. I think he is putting himself in very good position to be number 1 overall.
Yeah, I'm be honest. What I saw from the pro day, I'm not gonna say I sit there and watch every throw, but what I saw, he looked pretty damn good, Dill. One thing I just want to say, not just to him, for every pro day quarterback, I feel like I should at least throw with a helmet and pads on, just for that, because that throw he made moving left
To his left. Oh my God.
Like that's special.
Yes.
That's like Aaron Rodgers s. That's great. That's special. Not every quarterback in the NFL can make that throw. And I'm pretty sure 95% sure he can make that throw with helmet and pads on. But to me, it would have been even more impressive if he did. So I think he has the potential to go number 1 overall. We all know it's a two-horse race. It's him and Shador. It's just which one of these teams are going to plunge and take it. We don't know the answer yet. It's still chances he might go second. He might go third. Who knows? But if I'm Tennessee and you think one of these guys is a franchise quarterback, you gotta take it. You got the first overall pick.
Yeah.
You're either gonna get your franchise guy or you're gonna move back and possibly set yourself up for the future, like the Chicago Bears did just a couple years ago.
Do you think he will be a franchise quarterback? Because I think depending on the situation, I know Tennessee is not the best organization, but I think he could be a good quarterback, but I don't think he'll be. I mean, I
He's
don't
not a
think
life changer.
no, and I
But
don't think he's better than the top 4 quarterbacks last year. Caleb Williams, Jalen
yeah,
Daniels, Drake
well,
May. No, and Bo Nix.
just
He's
to
not better
push
than Bo
back,
Nix.
is because you saw those guys play at the highest level, and I understand why you feel that way. But coming out of college, you got at least admit Bo Nix did not look this impressive coming out of
Oh,
college.
I loved Bo Nix in college.
I understand he looked good, but he did not look this great. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I my opinion. I said what I'm already on record saying. Cam Ward reminds me a little bit like Justin Fields, but to me his ceiling is much higher than
Yeah,
Justin Fields. So in the right situation, look what Sam Darnold did last year because he was in the right
right
situation.
situation. Yeah,
In the right situation, I think Cam Ward could be very special in his
yeah,
first year, like Jaden Daniels was last year. I'm not saying he could go to AFC Championship. No, I'm not saying that, but in the right situation, right system, right group, I think Cam Ward could be very special. Can he also go to a situation that's derails his career for a
yes,
season or two?
yeah.
Absolutely. So it all depends. But what we saw from his pro day, I think the ceiling is very high.
Yeah, and he's clear. I made the bet. I said it about 3 weeks ago. I took Cam Ward to be drafted number 1 at -160. That price is ballooned up to around a -180, -190 right now, and
It'll
I
be
just
hard for Tennessee not to
to
go
pick.
number. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Let's stay on the quarterback topic and let's go to the New York Giants.
G-Man.
They get their guy Russell Wilson, 1 year deal worth up to 21 million. It's 10 and a half guaranteed, but incentives and everything could get up to 21 million. Obviously eliminates Aaron Rodgers from going to New York. It also leaves Rodgers and the Steelers in the potential to work out their own agreement if he wants to play, which I do think he will. But it's kind of crazy. Both Steeler quarterbacks end up in New York. Justin Fields with the Jets, and now Russell Wilson to the Giants as well. Now, I've seen online, and correct me if I'm wrong, people are saying this eliminates a quarterback at number 3 for the Giants, and I couldn't disagree more. I think it's still a quarterback. It's 1 year for him. It's 1 year for Jameis. Let's not rule out Jameis winning that position, by the way. And Tommy DeVito. That's the one guy I really feel bad for, is Tommy DeVito at the 3 spot. But who's to say they don't draft a quarterback at 3? And Shador. What has Dion been saying this whole month? Giants. Shador might get drafted by the Giants.
I agree with you 100%. I don't understand why. In my opinion, the only way the Giants don't draft either Cam or Shador, if Cam goes number 1 and Shador goes number 2 to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
And there's reports now that the Browns actually might trade the pick because they might go with Kirk Cousins or a veteran for next year.
Or Aaron Rodgers. Who knows?
Exactly.
So, in my opinion, I think it's the best interest for the Giants is to draft a quarterback at number 3. Because look what you've been dealing with. Daniel Jones, was he the guy? Was he not? Look how it ended up. It was a failure. We saw what happened last season when he walked out of the building. The Giants got even more pathetic. They were a laughing stock last year. Let's just be honest, especially after the Barkley deal. I like what they're doing. Jameis, respectable guy. We know what he's doing. He's gonna throw for a ton of yards. Gonna turn the ball over, but he's gonna put you in games, position to win. Might not win you a ton of games, but he's gonna play exciting football. As a fan base, you could accept that. Now with Russ, all right, we got a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Been there, done that. We saw the highs and lows last year, the years prior in Denver. We know what we're getting from Russ. Now, I want to draft a young quarterback that could learn, some of the things from Jameis, some of the things from Russ. And in a year or two now, like you said, both of these quarterbacks are technically on a 1-year deal. Russ is really on a 1-year deal. By
Mhm.
week 10, Russ could be gone. So I think it's the best interest of the Giants moving forward. Draft a quarterback at number 3, if he's available at number 3,
Mhm.
hopefully, and have him learn under a Super Bowl winning head coach and just an overall great guy slash teammate in Jameis Winston, and that's why you signed those 2 veteran quarterbacks.
I agree, and I also think it's don't want to bring this up. Oh, home run to lead off for the Yankees, 1-0 Yankees.
Who
Austin
was it?
Wells,
Austin.
Austin Wells in the leadoff spot in that short right field porch.
Shocker.
Yeah, shocker. Now I'll say this: they're breaking a barrier here. The Giants.
The NFC East.
No black quarterbacks for the Giants. I
First
mean,
time,
when
first time in history. Yeah, you're right. Wow.
I mean, yeah, they outside of Geno Smith starting one game, and I think it was fuck the year. It's like 2016, 2017. Geno Smith started one game, but Eli Manning, Daniel Jones, you had Colt McCoy, you had
Danny DeVito,
Kerry Collins, Kent Graham. You had all these white quarterbacks, and these aren't my words, but people around their league saying, "Hey, the Maras, they're racist." Now they're changing the narrative, saying we're gonna get Jameis, we're gonna draft Shador, we're gonna get Russ. Now imagine the prayer room in the locker room with Russ and Jameis. Oh my God!
Yeah, it's gonna
now,
be. It's gonna. People are gonna get moved in there.
All jokes aside, though, they did upgrade the position. All jokes aside, they did upgrade with Jameis and with
I
Russ.
like what they're doing. Bring in veterans who've
Yes.
been there and done that, and they're gonna play. Like I said, Jameis, we know what he's gonna get. He's gonna be more competitive, and he's gonna be more exciting than what you had last year. Russ,
Yeah. Go
No,
ahead.
actually,
I'm sorry.
no,
No, I was just gonna say, do you worry though? Because I think X's and O's, yeah, technically Russ is the better quarterback, and I don't really compliment him a lot. But I think who will take more chances is Jameis, throwing down the field with Malik Neighbors. He'll throw it to the checkdowns, Russ. I think technically, yes, Russ is probably the better quarterback, but
No
I
problem.
worry the media is going to eat him alive.
I doubt it. That I wouldn't be too concerned about, just because we saw who you think has a thicker skin. Let's just say it. Let's just be honest. Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson?
Thicker
Skin.
Probably Russ. Probably Russ.
It's no problem, man. That man has Sierra. He knows how to block out the noise. Look what he went through in Denver. He was humiliated. Let's just be honest. Sean Payton cursed him out on the sideline. He never went through that. That's a Super Bowl winning quarterback deal. So I think he'll be just fine. I think he went through the worst of his worst already in his career. This shit might even be sweet for him. Who knows?
Wow.
But I honestly think it won't even be close. I think Russ will be the starter throughout the season. And like I said, maybe come week 12, week 10, if the Giants don't like what they're seeing, they might throw the rookie in there. They might throw Jameis in there. Who knows? But I'm with you. They'll definitely upgrade from what they had last season.
Yeah, and I think Rodgers to the Steelers is probably confirmed. We could first report it here, so
breaking news.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers.
But, hey, I also said he might retire.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. Let's go to your Patriots, though, because a few hours right after that, you get your number one diva, but he is a true number one and a guy that Drake May can throw the ball to. Stephon Diggs, he reaches a 3-year, 69. Now, I think you overpaid for him, if I'm being honest. 69 million, 26 million guaranteed. You know, he is on track to play week 1 after coming off his first really major injury of his career with that ACL injury. But your wide receiver room now includes Matt Collins, Stephon Diggs, Kendrick Bourne, Jalen Pork, Kayshon Boutte from last year. So obviously you guys had one of the best off seasons. Stephon Diggs, Milton Williams, Harold Landry, Carlton Davis, Morgan Moses, Matt Collins, Joshua Dobbs, Kayvon Shizzle. You got a lot of dogs here, and you guys are definitely going to be a much better team than you were last year.
Yeah. One thing I can say, because I got to be honest, people, I've been on the record saying we've been in need of a number one wide receiver. Stephon Diggs, is he still a number one wide receiver? Yes. Is he going to be the number one receiver that I was praising for beating my table for. I don't think so. Could he prove me wrong? I hope he does. Because coming off an ACL injury, first injury of his career, like you said, I don't know if he's gonna be the same. And, I will hope he is. I'm just not 100% sure he will be. I think he can still be pretty damn good. Just not sure if he can still be great. And for the deal, to be honest, I know a lot of people saying he was overpaid. I think the deal is fair. Two reasons. We needed a number one badly, and he still, if he recovers 100%, still at a pretty young age. Still, 31 ain't that old. Ain't that old, and I think he could give us two good, solid seasons if healthy. If it's 100%, he's coming back from the ACL injury. I think he can honestly be our number one for the next two seasons. You want to compare it to other vet contracts, Devontae Adams got a little less. Do I think Devontae Adams is a little better than Stephon Diggs at this very moment? I think so, yes. Mike Evans, he got a little less. Chris Godwin, he got a little less. Would I rather have those guys instead of Stephon Diggs? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But I think for what he could bring in and elevate Drake May, what we needed at the moment, I think Stephon Diggs, for the price, I think we got a bargain.
Yeah, the writing was on the wall. He was training with Drake May over the weekend, and they were like, hey, then he went and visited up in Foxborough with Mike Vrabel and Robert Kraft, and, he got a deal done. Yeah, I mean, if he goes out there and balls and has a Pro Bowl 2-3 years, then, yeah, the money was worth
Yeah.
it. I guess first initial look, it does look to be a little overpaid, especially coming off a major injury.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works.
I'm trying to be fair. I'm not just trying to be like,
Yeah.
big Patriots fan guy. Here we're coming, Super Bowl. Here we go. No,
Yeah.
no. To me, it's a fair deal because the upside is there. But did these other guys that I would have liked as well sign for cheaper deals? Yeah.
He's definitely going to improve and help Drake May. He's going to have a guy to throw. He has a number one now.
And that's what we needed. So
Yeah.
that's why I say for the number, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
If we didn't need a number one receiver, I'd be like, why the hell we signed Stephon Diggs?
Wasn't the guy you wanted, though. Let's be.
It wasn't. It
No.
wasn't. But is it the guy that we needed? Yes.
Yeah. I get that. All right, kid, let's go to the NBA real quick. Unfortunate news coming out of Milwaukee. Damian Lillard, he had a deep vein thrombosis. It's basically a blood clot in his right calf. He is on blood thinning medication, kind of stabilizing the blood clot. He's going to have regular testing throughout the coming weeks. He is out indefinitely. It's tough news for a Milwaukee team who they're currently in the 5th seed. They might slip. They got about 10 games left here on the season. Tough blow for Milwaukee.
Yeah, right now they're sitting at number 6. They have a 5-game lead of the number 7 seed Atlanta Hawks. So I think they'll just be fine. They'll need to play the play-in deal. But Detroit gonna take advantage, probably stay with that 5th seed. Right now they're only a half game up from the Bucks. To me, it's gonna be a tough task. No Bobby Portis. He's still facing the suspension. Now I know Damian Lillard. That's a lot of soul in the team that's missing. Dame, we already know what he's capable of doing. Bobby Portis, on and off the court, he means something to this team. So I think the Bucks gonna have to sit there at 6. And as a Knicks fan, Dale,
I'm happy.
Do you like the matchup?
Oh, I love it.
Yes, Damian Lillard is he's dealing with that injury, but it's not like a significant injury that he has to rehab. He'll be just fine come playoff time, and he'll be rested. Dill, are you gonna be?
I'm so excited.
You're not worried one bit about the Bucks coming into?
No, because we saw they're not a deep team, and we saw without Giannis and without one player last playoff season, they crumbled. Without
that one player was Chris Middleton. This year they have Kyle Kuzma. For the record,
and that's a major decrease in my opinion. I'd rather have Chris Middleton than Kuzma. That's just my opinion, but I'm not worried about them whatsoever. I actually like getting the Bucks out of there in the first round. So,
in my opinion, I think the Knicks would have liked to face Detroit round 1.
I don't know. Cade Cunningham is insane this season.
Yeah, but come playoff time, their experience matters.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think Cade is gonna go on an Anthony Edwards run. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also sucks. Oh, it's awful news for the college sports for Juju Watkins. Did you see that? Oh, I
I
felt so bad
yeah,
for
I
her.
felt her reaction made me,
Yeah.
I was like, damn. That's
She's
all I'm gonna
so
say.
fucking good too. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah.
She was gonna be the number, I think she still might be the number one pick.
No, she's a sophomore. She's staying
Oh,
another 2 years. She's gonna make more money in college than she would financially. That's be
pe-
the smart. Look
people
at
are
Paige.
yeah. Oh,
Paige could have
Paige
went.
Buckers is
She
insane
could have
too.
went. She could have went number 1 2 years ago.
It the odds for USC have obviously went down with Juju being
They're
out, but
up 20 too, like
and they
50.
still rallied to cover. People are saying this is Jaden Daniels' fault. Did you see that? Because
Oh,
he was sitting
if anything, it's Jaden Daniels'
his
mom's fault
mom's fault.
because she sat in the middle. Clearly, they were having a great conversation.
Are they dating?
Honestly, I got no comment.
Uh,
I'm a
n-
doubt. I highly doubt it.
Now, if you're Jaden Daniels' mom, is that cock blocking, or are you focused on your son's future? No girls. No girls.
I heard, I seen that she said on an interview or something saying her her biggest insecurity or something security moving forward is girls with her son.
Mm. And then she sat in the middle of them. That was the best part of the
That
video.
that got it. Cause if there's any girl out there that wants your son's money, I highly doubt it's Juju Watkins.
That's fair. She has her own bread.
That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah.
So if I was the mom, I would have definitely stepped out of that one because that girl's gonna be in the W pretty soon. She got endorsements. She's gonna have a deal. She's gonna have this. She's gonna have that. I think she'll be just fine with or without Jaden Daniels. But mama, you got to read the room sometimes and recognize, oh, that's Juju Watkins.
Eyes
That
on the
ain't
prize, though. I respect the mom. She's
no.
focused. She was just to the NFC Championship game.
She's his agent, I think, too.
Yeah,
Or
just like
manager.
Lamar's.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar's
So
mom.
shout out Jaden Daniels and his mom. Hopefully a great power duel for years to come. But
All seriousness, though,
definitely not his fault.
at some point, if you're the mom, you gotta let him have some girls, right? He has to have some, like
Yeah,
he's a grown man.
When he's like 25, let him mature a little bit. Let him live.
Yeah.
Go travel.
Yeah.
Like look at me. I ain't get cuffed down until I was 20, 28, 29 years old.
Wow.
Live a little bit.
Yeah, let live. Also, before we get to our picks, shout out Mike Bibby, legend for the Sacramento Kings. He became the next men's head basketball coach for Sacramento State University. Mike Bibby was a legend. You remember Mike Bibby?
Come on now. Come on. Him, Chris Webber, that team was legendary.
Yeah, so I had to give our boy Mike Bibby a little shout out real quick. But all right, kid, 1-0, bottom of the second. And let's get to these plays. Before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the room by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or a new flavor, jalapeno, watching opening day. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. We will start. Let's start on the hardwood. We'll start with the Sweet 16. First game tonight, actually, 7:00 here in Newark, New Jersey, at the Rock. That's what they call it, the Rock. Alabama and BYU. Bama laying 4.5. Total 175. Kid, what do you like here for the first game on Thursday?
No official play here, but if I had to calm down, I will lay the 4.5 for Alabama.
Wow.
Alabama, in my opinion, wow. To me, they're the better team. I don't love it. That's why I'm not laying it officially. But if I had to, I would take Alabama minus the 4.5. I do think they will advance. I do think they win this game. But to lay 4.5, I expect some of these games to be much closer than we saw in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I'm a believer with BYU. I think their defense is really going to be the key here in this game. So I would actually take the points here with BYU plus the 4.5. Money's come in on Alabama, and I guess for good reason. Total is extremely high, 175. You got to take the over, right? Just to have some fun. We're
No,
gonna
hell no.
we're gonna see some points here. I'll tell you that. Two good offenses, but BYU having a really good run. Think it should be a closer of a game. And let's not forget Robert Morrison, a 15 seed, played Alabama extremely well, and they weren't really close. They wound up losing by 9, but BYU is a much better team. I think they could keep this one close. So yeah, I'll take the points here with BYU plus 4.5. Let's go to the next game. Where's this one being played? San Francisco, California. The Gators, they are the home team. They are hosting Maryland. Man, Derek Queen, what a fucking shot. Travel, but what a shot.
Maybe.
No. People are saying it's a gather. I haven't heard a fucking gather in college in my lifetime. Now, I agree. You can't make that call, but in real time, I even looked at it. I was like, damn, he took.
It might have been 5.
It might have been 4 or 5 steps. But I agree. You can't make that call. Florida now laying 6.5, minus 275 on the money line, plus 6.5 for the Terps. Over under is at 156. Now, that was a hell of a win from the Gators. UConn gave them everything they had. What a comeback win for the Gators to come back and win that game. Clayton Jr., the balls on this kid, man, he takes tough shots. I mean, after tough shot, and he makes it. The kid's going to be playing in the NBA very soon. And I just think they experienced and gained so much confidence after that win. Maryland, honestly, they should have lost to Colorado State. And I like Maryland. I got a lot of friends in the DMV, but I think Florida's going to advance. I think they wash them here big. I think they go back to playing really good basketball. They're just so deep, Florida, with the big man, with the backcourt. And I just don't think Maryland's going to have an answer for them. So I'll lay the 6.5 here with the Gators.
Still, I tell you one thing. I agree with one thing. I do think the Gators advance. But both matchups are pretty close. You can make a case. UConn could advance. I do expect the Gators to advance. I do expect it to move on, but I expect Maryland to keep it close, man. This is a tough, knit-grit team. And like you said, Patrick Queen said, I'm from Baltimore. He's like that. Wouldn't be surprised if he's out there making tough buckets. Give me the plus 6.5. I think it'll be interesting. Can't deny how good Florida is, but I think it'll be interesting. Give me Maryland plus 6.5.
Love how you said it was Derek Queen.
Oh,
but
Derek Queen, Patrick Queen.
We're in football season already. What was I gonna say? The quote "I'm from Baltimore" is amazing. I fucking love that. There was
said Baltimore.
Yeah, if you're really from Baltimore, you'll say that.
He should have said Baltimore.
There was like the New York Times. There's a post called "The Baltimore Sun." It's the local newspaper. Anthony Volpe home run, 2-0 Yankees. What was I gonna? Yeah. They called him in high school because obviously he's from Baltimore. They called him the Black Jokic. I was like, that's hilarious. That's great.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they had to they had to keep him in. He's gonna be a top 10 pick in the NBA. I'll tell you that. You've been looking at some mock drafts. He's gonna be a top 10 player in this year's draft. All right, let's go to the next game. We'll go back to Newark, Duke and Arizona. Arizona, what a comeback win against Oregon. They were down big to start the game. Comeback, they wind up winning the game in Duke. I mean, has the first 2 games looked any easier for any team? I mean,
I
Duke,
can't deny it.
Yeah.
Duke has been way more impressive than I would have thought. We all know, Cooper Cup, Cooper Flag, and everybody. But how well they've been playing.
They got ballers everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, And I'm going to be honest, I didn't touch this game. And I would advise nobody to take the plus 9.5. I can see why this is the biggest spread of the Sweet 16, and they deserve to be. Shout out Duke, they're that good, and they're honestly easily been the most impressive team thus far.
And I know it's easy, and it's like the cool thing to do to hate on I'm watching the Yankees on Duke, but they're actually likable.
I hate Duke. Well, I'm not gonna say I hate. Hate's a strong word, but I'm not a Duke fan. I'm not a Duke rider. You
Yeah.
know, I'm a target. I'm a US. I fuck with Ty Lawson and Tyler Hansbrough.
Wow.
Yeah, legends. So,
Uh,
in my opinion, but
yeah.
at the end of the day, I can't deny facts. They've been the most impressive team this far.
Yeah,
Hopefully
and
they
John.
lose. I
Yeah.
hope they lose. Shout out Bronny. He's going to Arizona next year, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Or
So I hope they
no,
lose.
what's
Yeah,
his? It's,
Arizona.
no. I
No,
don't think it's Bronny. It's
my fault.
Bryce.
Not Bryce. My fault. My fault, Bryce. My fault.
Yeah, no disrespect. We don't want LeBron coming. He's been on a
Nah.
tour.
Cut it out. Shout out Pat McAfee. Shout out Braun. Shout out
Yeah.
Stephen A. Shout out Shannon Sharp. Shout out ESPN.
No. Honestly, the worst person in all this, real quick, not to get sidetracked, is Skip Bayless, because LeBron is out here mentioning everyone, and he will never mention Skip Bayless, and he is so mad.
Because out of everybody, Skip talked to, like, Stephen A. don't even. All he says, Jordan's the GOAT.
Yeah.
And about his son, about saying you shouldn't put him out there, let him develop in the league. Other than that, he always says you're arguably the top 2 greatest player of all time. That's all I ever heard.
It is getting spicy though. I like it. It got spicy. And shout out for LeBron for not bringing it up while also bringing it up. That was hilarious. That made my morning.
All I'm gonna say is, I hope no other NBA player moving forward does something like this. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
because there's no need to.
Yeah, but I agree here with going back to this game, and Coach K is definitely going to be in the building. He's probably in Newark right now, probably in some Portuguese food. They got great Portuguese food there.
He's on Ferry Street.
I was just on Ferry Street the other day before the Devils game. I swear to God, I'm good. I laid the 9.5 just because, like you said, they're so deep, and I don't think Arizona's that good. I think we're going to see a blowout there. I have Florida winning it all, but man, Duke might win it. I mean, yeah.
I can't deny before the tournament. All right, I understand. But
now, no. I'm scared. I'll be honest. Hand up, I'm scared. But I did lay it.
Cash out.
No cash out. But yeah, I'm gonna lay it here with Duke. And then the last game, the only double digit. And I don't even know if they're a Cinderella team because they got one of the best coaches of all time, Coach Calipari. Now he's taking on Texas Tech. That is a good matchup. Texas Tech laying 5.5. I see 6s out there, so shop around.
Mm-hmm.
Totals at 147. I didn't have anything in this play, but bias, I probably would take the 6 with the Razorbacks. I mean, Coach Cal, he put on a clinic last week against St. John's. He outcoached I always forget his name.
Rick Pitino. Right?
Rick Pitino. So I think, I know everyone loves Texas Tech here, but Arkansas, I think, might keep this one close. So no official play, but I would lean with the Razorbacks. Anything here?
I'm going to do it for the people. I'm going to do it one time. Don't follow me. Give me the plus 215.
Wow.
With Arkansas. It got to be at least one double-digit seed in the Elite 8. I'm not saying the Final 4, but the Elite 8, it got to at least be one. Give me Arkansas. Give me Calipari. The people said he was done. The man is now finished. How you doing? Give me John.
Let's go to Friday. These, by the way, awful. Is this another home run? Home run by the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't know this guy's name, but 2-1. Yeah, the over. Yeah, they're playing
top second, top third,
top three. Old Miss Chris Beard and Tom Izzo. Great head coaching matchup here in Athens, Georgia. This is my lock of the weekend for the Sweet 16. I'm going to lay the 3.5. You can see 4s. The line is moving a little bit, so shop around. Totals at 143, but I'm going to take Michigan State here. They battled a little bit against New Mexico, but they fought back. And I just think the size, the shooting, they didn't have the best shooting performance last week against New Mexico, but I don't think Richardson's going to be playing as bad as he once did. And yes, Chris Beard has coached a hell of a tournament so far, but I just think Michigan State is a much better team. I thought the number would be around 5.5, 6. I'll lay the 3.5 here with the Spartans.
This one, I'm gonna just stay with. I am with you. I will probably take Michigan State. Money line's too rich, minus 170. I don't know if I'm gonna lay the 3.5, but I gotta give credit. Izzo's been coaching the boys. I would probably lay the 3.5 with Michigan, but I'm gonna stay away.
We should also root for Tom Izzo to get back to a Final Four.
Yeah.
You all right, kid?
I don't know what it is. I don't know
You
what
getting
it
a little
is.
sick again?
Nah, well, maybe. I doubt
Maybe,
it. Not for
maybe.
that. Not for that. Last week it was nice. It's been cold these past few
It
days.
snowed for like 10 minutes
I
yesterday. I
know.
don't know if you saw.
And you know what time I go to work, though? 5 a.m. is
Yeah,
way colder than it is at 8, people.
yeah. All right, let's go to the second game at Lucas Oil Stadium. I mean, what the hell are they doing playing there? I know they want to sell tickets and make the most
That's a
money,
lot of
but
tickets.
Jesus, man,
Those are
that
probably $80 tickets.
and my thing is, imagine you're all the way in the rafters. You can't see. I don't give a fuck if you have two binoculars. You're not going to see anything. So I don't know. That's neither here or there. Tennessee taking on Kentucky. Man, what a matchup this is. Kentucky is catching 4.5 points. Tennessee laying 4. Total is at 144.5. You know what they say? It's hard to beat a team 3 times, but not for the Wildcats. Give me the BBN, Big Blue Nation, baby. I'm going to take the plus 4.5. I don't understand it. I think they're the better team. And Kentucky, this is the most healthiest Kentucky team we've seen all season. They are getting healthy at the right time, and I think they're going to make a run. I'm not high on the Vols. Kentucky swept them 2-0 this season, and I know it was in the middle of the SEC run and Tennessee was going through a gauntlet. I don't care. I think Kentucky's actually the better team. I'll take the 4.5 in my pocket. Give me Kentucky.
Dill. I'm gonna be honest. I'm going the other way. I'm not sure if I'm on record, but I know me and Dylan had an off camera conversation. I have Tennessee winning it all.
Yeah.
I always say it's always a team I don't expect to win it, and a good team that's out there that I don't expect to win it is the Vols.
Yep.
Tennessee. I'm gonna just take them to advance. I don't know, to lay the 4.5. I think it do it, but like Dylan said, this is the healthiest Kentucky has been all season. They might show up. They might pull off the upset. I think Tennessee advances. I'm not gonna advise you to lay the minus 190 on the money line, but I do think Tennessee takes care of business.
All right. Third game on Friday back in Atlanta, Georgia. Number 1, Auburn taking on Michigan. Auburn's laying 9.5. I see out there. Totals at 153.5. I got 9.5 a little earlier in the day, and I just think this is too many points. Give me Michigan. I want to see a Michigan State final Elite Eight. That would be sick, or Final Four. But Dusty May, he's coached his ass off this tournament. I mean, the comeback and win against Texas A&M. Against UC San Diego, who I thought they were going to lose to in the first round. And Bruce Pearl's out here talking politics on CNN about Hamas. You got Dusty May in Michigan to worry about. You should not be worrying about politics. So I don't know if their head's on right now. I'm going to take the plus 9.5. Auburn could win this game, but 9.5 is too many points here in the Sweet 16. Give me the Wolverines.
I'm with you, Dill. I didn't take it officially, but Duke, I understand with the 9.5. Auburn, they're the number 1 seed, but I don't think they're that good of a team to be laying 9.5 at the Sweet 16. I think defensive, I think Michigan hold them down just a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if they win, but give me the 9.5 with Michigan.
All right, and then the last game, we got number 1 seed Houston taking on the Boilermakers of Purdue. Houston laying 8.5. I see 8s out there. Total 132. I didn't bet this game. Maybe you want to put Houston in a parlay. Number 1 defense in the country, but Purdue made another Sweet 16. Good for them. I mean, it was a good win against McNeese State. They played High Point. No disrespect, but none of those teams are Houston. I think Houston's going to roll here. They had a good win against Gonzaga. Houston is for real. I know you're not really big of a believer in them this year, but I think they smoke them. I'd lay the 8.5 here. I know I'm going chalky, but what have we seen all tournament? Favorites, chalk. So I'm going to take the Cougars here, minus 8.5.
I'm a fade you. Give me the Boilermakers plus 8.5. Give me Purdue. Like I've been saying for I think about a month now. Houston, for the past couple of years, they could prove me wrong this year, but they gotta prove it first. They've been letdowns. They've been fraudsters. Wouldn't be surprised they go home right here on the Sweet 16. Give me the plus 8.5. Give me a sprinkle on plus 330 on the money line with the Boilermakers.
All right, kid. Thank you so much. Good luck. Let's get to the NBA. Like I said, we have 8 games here on Thursday, 7 on Friday. No lines yet for Friday, but what do you got here for the NBA?
Yeah, for tonight, I just have two official plays. Didn't love the board too much. I'm gonna give an opinion. Heat taking on the Atlanta Hawks. To be honest, I like the Hawks on the road plus 106 on the money line. You know what? Let's just take it official just because I do like it. Give me the Atlanta Hawks plus 106 on the money line. We saw them right now, 7th seed in the East. They're live. I like their chances. Give me the Hawks. I think they want to remain on that 7th spot. In my two official plays for tonight, first game, Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Chicago Bulls. Lakers were about this close to where the game was tied. But Lakers almost lost 4 straight games. Close win last night in Indiana. Bulls been winning, been taking care of business. I think they won 4 out of the last 5, 5 out of the last 6, something like that. I'm gonna take the Lakers on the money line. I ended up getting a great number earlier, minus 145. If you want to lay the 3.5, you can. I think it's just a tough spot back to back nights, but I do think they take care of business on the road. And my last game, Portland Trailblazers taking on the Sacramento Kings. Portland catching 5.5, catching 6. I ended up catching the plus 5.5 early on. I even would love to take the 6 now. Give me Portland on the road. Sacramento struggling, lost 4 straight. Portland did lose back-to-back games, but I expect them to get right back on track. Even if they don't win, people, I do expect them to cover. Give me Portland plus 5.5, plus 6 on the road.
2 plays for me here in the NBA. I'm going to fade you. I'm going to take the Miami Heat minus 1.5. They had that game circled against Golden State. You knew that they were going to come out and win that game. I took them
tonight
there.
Don't matter.
No, I think it matters. They won 2 in a row. I know one was against the Hornets, but minus 1.5. I took at minus 108 at home. Let's make it 3 in a row for Miami. And then we'll go to the OKC Memphis game. Should be a good game. I know it's a big spread. First team to win 60 games, 8th fastest in NBA history. This team is a juggernaut, kid. They are so fucking good. And one reason is because of Jalen Williams. I think the kid is fantastic. Out of St. Clair, he's only 23 years old, man. Man, we're fucking old. The kid is fantastic, but he was a game time decision, but he did participate in this morning's shoot around. But I'm gonna go over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. The only game he didn't go over this was the game he got called out early on, which was last game against the Denver Nuggets. But outside of that, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 24 points, 4 rebounds. He's gone over this. He's a machine right now. Coming back off the injury, I think this is a good spot for him against Memphis. So over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists here for me. All right, kid, let's get to the NHL. Like I said, huge slate, 10 games here on the ice. Did Cuddy give you a play? Do you have one for us?
Yeah, I have. Cuddy gave me 4 plays.
Wow.
I'm gonna say one for the show, and I'm gonna say a parlay. So I'm gonna give you the one play, then I'm gonna let you go. Then I'm gonna give you the parlay at the end. 10 o'clock start, late start for this game. Edmonton taking on Seattle Kraken. Cuddy say Kraken been struggling, but they're taking care of business tonight. Give me the Kraken plus 110 on the money line. That's what Cuddy told me to tell y'all people.
Okay.
He said let's make this money.
That's it. Okay. I got 11. I'm going to rattle it off for you guys.
11?
Come on, bro.
I love the energy. I just love the energy.
We'll start 7 o'clock in Philadelphia, the Canadiens and the Flyers. I'm going to take that Canadiens team total over 3.5 at plus 122. I'll take the first period over 1.5 goals at minus 136. First period, both teams to score at plus 152. Our boy Cole Caulfield for the Canadiens, over 2.5 shots on goal at minus 132. 8 o'clock, we'll go St. Louis and the Predators. Blues, I'm going to take them on the puck line, minus 1.5 at plus 184. I also take the first period over 1.5 goals at minus 106. Stay at 8 o'clock. Capitals and the Wild. I mean, everyone should know if you guys have been listening. Alexander Ovechkin, anytime goal. Ovechkin last goals to be scored plus 850. A little pizza bet there. Ovechkin over 3.5 shots on goal at minus 113 as well. And then the last game, 10 o'clock. Kings Avalanche. We'll go over 5.5 goals in that one. And then Anze Kopitar to record 1 point. Doesn't matter if he gets a goal or an assist. And that is at minus 111, kid. So a lot of plays there. By the way, it is still 2-1. It is the bottom of the third inning right now, 2-1 with no outs, and the Yankees are up. Anything left here for the live listeners for Thursday? What do you have, or anything for Friday either?
Give me the parlay, Dill.
Yeah.
Cuddy said,
Oh yeah, my fault.
all money line. Tampa Bay Lightning money line. Seattle Kraken money line. Colorado Avalanche money line. Toronto Maple Leafs money line. He said, put in a parlay plus 611.
I love it.
Gotta eat.
Let's fucking go. Let's go to the Diamond. Like I said, the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays are on right now, and so are the Yankees and the Brewers. I like the over in the Washington Philly game. I like the Rangers. I'm fading your Red Sox. I like Jared Duran, though. I mean, the guy is fantastic. Over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I think he smashed Nathan Eovaldi last season, so I do think he will have a big game here. I'm going to take the Braves on the money line against the Padres. Going to take the Mets plus 110. I mean, we have the best record opening day. I like Clay Holmes as well for the Mets, over 4.5 strikeouts, plus 128. I like the Cincinnati Reds over the San Francisco Giants, minus 104. I'm going to take the Royals, minus 130. Even though I am wearing a Minnesota Twins shirt, I am going to take the St. Louis Cardinals minus 106. I love Sonny Gray on the mound. And then the last game, I'm going to take Arizona minus 130. And then for Friday, what did I pick? Had some plays. Let me get it to the Google Doc real quick for you guys. For Friday, I did like the over for the Baltimore Orioles and Toronto Blue Jays. Minus 1.5 for the Tampa Bay Rays against the Colorado Rockies. I do like Boston. I think Boston bounces back here with Tanner Houck on the mound against Jack Leiter. Arizona seems like a good price at minus 130 with the Diamondbacks as well. Should be a good matchup. Braves and the Padres with Dylan Cease and Ronaldo Lopez. That's about it. That's all I really like. Quick glance on Friday slate. What about you?
Yeah, for today, took Baltimore already on the money line minus 130. We're up 2-0 early on against Toronto. Looking good there. I took Atlanta Braves on the money line against San Diego minus 120. I took your Mets today, Dale. Like you said, most profitable on opening day. Let's see about it. Plus 105. And I took Kansas City minus 135 today on the money line. And then for tomorrow, just have 2 plays so far. Give me the Houston Astros. I think the Mets take care of business today. They drop one tomorrow. That's how the way things go, people. And then tomorrow, I'm going to take the Atlanta Braves to start 2-0 against Dylan Cease as well tomorrow. Give me Atlanta Braves minus 105 on the money line.
All right, kid. Let's go to the gridiron. It is the start of spring football, and what idiots. I mean, why do you start on a Friday with the Sweet 16? And opening weekend for the baseball. Not smart.
Sunday. Should have just had all the games on Sundays. I don't even think there's going to be the Elite 8 on Sunday. I think it'll be Monday or Tuesday.
No. I think I have the schedule right in front of me. So
I think it's Monday.
It's Thursday and Friday, and then it's Monday, Tuesday.
That's
all games should be on Sunday. They're idiots. They're idiots. No, they're really
all been before Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, we have a game Friday, 1 game Saturday, and then 2 games on Sunday. I mean, yeah, I don't get it.
Not for nothing. If it was the NFL, I would love a game all week.
Oh yeah, but they're nowhere near them.
That it's just they got too much competitives on Friday. Like think about it. MLB, NCAA. You're gonna be having
NHL, NBA, like.
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much prime.
Yeah. No one's going to be watching the Houston Roughnecks hosting the St. Louis Battlehawks. I'm sorry. I might on my iPad, but that's about it.
I'm laying the 6 with Seattle. Let's just start there.
Well, before that, real quick, the Stallions, I mean, plus 190 to win in 4P. I am laying it. I mean, it's going to be 4 years since that we cash. They have to. They're the best team.
Yeah, but I want to see how things played out. Hey,
We say this every year, and then look who wins.
No, I'm saying get a better number midseason.
Oh, I don't know. We might get minus odds at that point.
It might. You're right. It might get minus. I'll say plus 190 right now. Definitely put something in, people. It's been a great investment these past 3 years.
Stallions are the best. The Battlehawks, they're probably the second best roster, I would say. So, yeah, going into that, first of all, are you still a Houston Roughneck fan? It's been tough.
You keep labeling me I gotta stay with it. You know, I did say, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a Roughneck fan just off the name. I said we in Houston. I said fuck it. All my teams are up at East Coast. Let me go down. Let me be a Houston Roughneck fan.
Yeah,
it's one of the worst decisions I made in recent history. So
yeah,
I'm gonna thug it out. You know, I kind of like Arlington. Seattle's been profitable.
Yeah,
moving forward, it might just be who's been most profitable.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I am gonna lay the 6 here with Seattle minus 110. Houston's not good. Fading them last year, like you said, it was profitable. Nothing really changed. I looked at them. There's no real talent on the offense. No disrespect, but I'm gonna lay the 6 here with St. Louis minus 6. You as well?
Yeah, I'm laying the 6 with Seattle.
Perfect.
Though. You gotta take. St. Louis gotta take care of business on the road. Roughnecks, like I said, I like them.
Yeah,
but this is about business, people.
Yeah. Let's go to Arlington, Texas for the second game. Arlington Renegades against the San Antonio Brahmas. Brahmas actually laying 3 here, plus 3 for the Renegades. Total is at 37. By the way, the under opening week last year for the UFL was very profitable. I might take all the unders again. But Arlington plus 3 might be my dog of the week. I mean, they led the offense. They led the league last year in their offense besides Alabama. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna take the plus 3 with Arlington. I think they're live as well. San Antonio is a good team, but at home, I think they're gonna have the crowd. I'm gonna take Arlington here plus 3.
For the Battle of Texas, this one I ended up choosing to stay away. I understand why the Brahmas are favored. I understand that, but it's tough, man. If this was like mid-season, I definitely would have took Arlington on the money line. I wouldn't even take the 3. But this game, I was like, you know what? Yeah. Let's not force too many. It's week 1. I'm gonna just stay away. If I had to choose a side, I would take the plus 3. But I do think Brahmas takes care of business week 1. Maybe in the rematch in a couple of weeks from now, maybe not. But I think maybe week 1, I think Brahmas might be the better team.
All right, let's go to Sunday. I mean, this team might be the worst and might be worse than your Houston Roughnecks. Memphis Showboats taking on the Michigan Panthers. Panthers laying 5.5 here on the road. I'm gonna lay it. I think they smoke Memphis. I mean, I don't know if you read, but Kent Wisenhunt, he stepped away. The team's head coach, he stepped away for personal reasons literally days before the season starts. So offensive line coach Jim Turner, is the new head coach. I mean, this team is awful. Michigan's defense was fantastic last year. That's what kept them in most of the games. I thought Michigan was probably the 3rd best team roster-wise. So I don't know. Mike Nolan, he's entering the third year for the head coach. Danny Eltig, he's the quarterback, and I just think they have the upper hand here. I think they blow them out by double digits. I thought the number would be close to around a touchdown, but I'll lay the 5.5. That's probably my favorite play here for the UFL week 1. But what are you gonna do here, Michigan Showboats?
Yeah, I'm laying the 5.5 as well. I think Michigan should have been at least a touchdown favorite. Yeah. Honestly, they're on the road. If they were at home, they probably would have been laying the touchdown. Memphis, they're a bad team. Let's just be honest, people. Yeah. And give me the under minus 120, 38.5. I think this number is a little too high, especially for week 1. Like you said,
all the unders.
Yeah, it was profitable last week. I say Memphis scores 13 max, unless they get a pick 6. Pick 6 is out the window. I think the Panthers probably score 20 something. I'm gonna say 24-13. It goes under.
And another team, we'll go to the second game here on Sunday in Washington, D.C. The Defenders taking on the Stallions. Stallions laying a touchdown here on the road. plus 320 if you want to take a shot on the defenders. Total is at 41. I guess this would be the only game I would consider taking an over, just because I think the Stallions are going to score an immense amount of points. And just like Memphis, the defenders also lost their head coach a few days ago. Reggie Barlow said, fuck this, I'm going to take the Tennessee State head coaching job. So now quarterback coach Shannon Harris is set to take over. I mean, the good news, I guess, for DC is Harris has been with the team for multiple seasons. So he does have some familiarity there, but I don't know. Skip Holtz, he went 26-4 regular season last year. It's the most loaded roster. You got Matt Corral, Alex McGoo, CJ Marble, Deion Kane. They just have weapons on offense. The only real question, how's the defense going to do with new coordinator John Chavis? That's, I guess, the really only question mark they have. But I don't know. Even with the minor concern, I just think I don't know how the DC defenders stay relevant here in this game. So I'll lay the touchdown. I know I really took chalk here, but you see, for a reason. The coaches are leaving a week before they're supposed to play week 1. I mean, that's not good for the opposing team. So yeah, I'm gonna lay the 7 here with the Birmingham.
Yeah, I'm laying the 7 with the best team in the league. Give me the Birmingham Stallions minus the 7 plus 100.
Yeah, even money.
Shop around, people. To be honest, the only thing I gotta say is, how the hell the 3-time champs ain't hosting week 1?
Week 1, right?
Like, you gotta make it make sense. You know, I
Yeah.
understand DC probably could draw a nice crowd. Yes, I understand that.
Man.
But Birmingham Stallions probably would have been a sold out game.
Oh yeah.
Probably would have been a sold out game week 1. 3-time champs. You gotta make it make sense, people. Give me the minus 7. Let me end it off for you now, Dill. 3-way parlay plus 140. St. Louis Battlehawks, Michigan Panthers, Birmingham Stallions, all money line plus 140.
I love it, kid. I love it. Boys, girls, everybody who was listening, we appreciate you. Gave out a ton of picks. UFL week 1, loaded slate for the MLB. Good luck there. 10 games on the ice. Gave you some plays in the NBA. Sweet 16 as well. Kid, it's a loaded weekend. Any big plans for you?
Nah. Hopefully we get some things done on the. I'm going to American Dream with the niece and nephew.
Oh.
Yeah. We're going to the Nickelodeon theme park. Shout out my girl. She works at the hospital. She was able to get like a day pass for free $3.99. You know me. If it's free, it's for me. So we taking the niece and nephew for free. So we out. Gonna have a good time, hopefully. And hopefully they don't go too crazy.
Yeah, that should be fun. Make sure you have the iPhone with the game going on. But yeah,
that's what I ain't going on, right? My big ass ain't going in Nickelodeon theme park. I thought we was going to the water park. They was like, no, it's just the rides.
So you're gonna be sitting down having a good time.
I'm gonna be supervising. Make sure he don't run away. You know?
Well, enjoy. Good luck this weekend. Enjoy the games, everyone, and we will see you guys